So,
Yeah, we started the recording. Yeah. Okay. Hello, beautiful souls out there in this world. Thank you for joining my session. Thank you for tuning into my session. I'm so grateful and honored to interview Ruschka Raidoo, the beautiful soul who had joined for my 5-day healing from June 30th to July 4th. I'm so honored to welcome her. I'm a Ho'oponopono healer and EFT healer, and she had joined for 5-day healing session, and it had created so much of what is inner transformation in her life within 5 days, you see. So you too can create miracles in your life when you come and join the sessions, use it in your daily life. You can inspire others, you can change your life, you can heal yourself, you can heal your body, you can heal your mind, you can heal the people around you. So that is the power of Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono means rectifying the errors which is playing in your subconscious mind. You're not aware of what is going in your subconscious mind. What is you're attracting in your day-to-day life is because of your memories playing back in your subconscious mind. You don't know what is it. So this is a simple and profound Ho'oponopono prayer which can transform your life entirely. It is a magic. It's a miracle. You just have to trust, surrender to this divine, simple, and profound prayer so that you can create miracles in your life. Okay? So I will invite our beautiful soul, Ruschka Raidoo, to share some few words about her, what she's doing, and what she up to. Welcome, dear Ruschka. Please share.
Namaste, Shini. Thank you for the lovely, warm welcome,
Yes.
as usual. Um, yes, so Ruschka Raidoo. It's quite an unusual name, also.
Mm,
The name is Russian.
mm,
The surname Raidoo is Indian.
mm.
I am from South Africa.
Okay.
The first name is from Russia. Yet I also speak some Fanagalo Zulu and Hebrew. So I'm a melting pot of a lot of cultures and proud to be African, but also proud to be Indian. So I'm fourth generation India. My dad's side comes from Andhra Pradesh, and my mum is from Rajasthan. So we came as settlers to South Africa, my great great grandfather, and we've been here for 150 years. And over that 150 years, we have evolved. Our family has now become very big, and we came to work on sugarcane plantations as slaves. And as the community were working, they earned land. And my grandfather, Harry Bodhi Singh, he was recognized as one of the biggest sugarcane tycoons, baron in South Africa. So, just showing you the mindset that came from heritage was that he was most successful, and we are very proud to hold our heritage as Indians. So, I am African, but I'm Zindabad. I am also an Indian, Paka,
Indian by origin, DNA.
absolutely Indian, but with a hybrid of Jewish negotiation.
Mm.
So, very strong businesswoman.
Mm.
So originally from Durban. My parents were from Stanger. They fell in love with school at Stanger, where the
Mm.
farm is, and consequently, I went to a Jewish day school. Not for any reason, because I liked the uniforms, and in those days it was co-ed boys and girls. So I was like, no, I want to go there, and it was a privilege to go to that school. And after that, I studied in Durban. I did my undergrad in accounting and finance. And then, like a pioneer, like the Indians traveled to Johannesburg. I mean, from India to South Africa, I traveled up to Johannesburg. And there I started my corporate degree, my corporate career. And I also studied and accomplished my master's in finance with an MBA on my own strength. And in those days, I wasn't earning that much, but I made the sacrifices and I put myself through, through studies. And it was all the time I knew there was a recipe that was a secret recipe that when I put my mind to something, I achieved it. It's small goals then, but it became very big, and I started manifesting things over a period. So then I went and worked for three of the four biggest banks in South Africa. and got some really good corporate experience for 15 years. And then stepped out and said, hey, I'm making so much of money for them. I can do this for myself. And I took the leap and I took the jump and I went out on my own and I started my own business. And I went through a lot of stress because being an entrepreneur in South Africa, you're a black female, you are not Ruschka Raidoo from one of the big banks, you are just Ruschka. And you have to really work and you have to do a lot of pitch work and nothing comes right. And when one deal comes through, it's big money, but you have to worry about the last 6 months in arrears, and you got to project for the next 6 months on how to budget. And budgeting was never my flavor because I always just had enough and I was just traveled the world. And I went to India 23 times. I'll talk about that later in the interview. And I've traveled the world extensively. Had a very good life. And I then, must I go on about myself, Shini, or do you want me to go on?
This journey, the 100 days journey, how was it?
Okay, so what made me join Ruschka? Well, throughout my life, I have had health issues. And I also have addiction problems. So when it came to something, I have to do it to the extreme, maximum. If I was drinking, no, I must get drunk. If I'm gambling, no, I will do it. I just think, what am I doing at university when I'm so good at gambling? Because I'm good at numbers. And if I'm
your ang energy is high. Your ang energy is
smoking, then I was smoking. When I was whatever I was doing, if I was driving, I would drive fast. It was everything was very extreme in my life, and I was one of those characters that took it to the next level. And what happened to me is with the stress of doing things on my own, I had my assets and nice cars and lovely, beautiful jewelry and all that kind of stuff. And but I lost all my hair. I had a tumor in my head. They removed it, not a tumor, it was an unspecified mass. So now I have hair. But there was a time in my life where I had no hair. My skin was warped. I looked like a monster. I couldn't represent a business. I couldn't attend meetings. I couldn't even go to a shop and buy stuff because I was looking so terrible. I didn't leave my house. And it was silent. I didn't tell anyone what was going on. People thought I was going mad. And I thought maybe I am going mad. Because I went to 14 dermatologists and they told me there's nothing wrong with you. They can't find what's going on. But whenever I tried to do Hawan, put a Punjabi on, go to temple, this thing would go mad on me. I go into like a frenzy. So I started looking for questions, and I was always spiritual, inclined towards Swami Sivananda, who's a divine life, who's based in Rishikesh, and always going to temples, satsang, doing my seva, doing my japa mala, it's always with me. And also I was looking for other techniques, so yoga. I then started being very good to myself at a point. I went to a point where I was so bad, I was 155 kgs. I was drinking like a fish in Melrose Arch every night after work when I was working at Stanley. And I came to the realization that I left that job and I said, hey, I can do better. But it didn't happen like that. It took me 6 months before I found my next job. And during that time, I did some very introspection. And I started wanting to be good to myself. I started thinking, no, this is now, only have one chance. I need to start being good to myself. I started working at Barclays, EPSA, for 5 years. And during that time, I lost 50 kgs. I started going to the gym. I started meeting people at the gym, good people. So instead of Friday going to a bar, I was in the jacuzzi, having a steam, a sauna, meeting very lovely people on the same wavelength as me, attracting already at that stage positive people who got better things to do than go to a bar. They are working on their health. And I found that very grounding. And I carried on. And the reason that I came to you is I'm a big fan on LinkedIn. I do all my business on LinkedIn. But last year, and the auspicious date for me was the 3rd of July, 2024. So this year we did a special meditation. Thank you so much for that, where some of my family and close friends joined. It was the year that I went into a coma. When I say a coma, I went not into a small coma for 3 or 4 days. No, I went into a 130-day written off medically coma. My family were distraught, and because they thought they lost me. My dad was looking for things to put my ashes in. There were meetings in our home without me planning my assets. My dad then signed the paperwork to say they're not going to resuscitate me because it was 130 days. Medically, they said, no, there's nothing that you can do for me anymore. The family came. My cousin Adira came from Cape Town, my cousin Nino, my brother, all the ones that are still by my side today were there. And my Rishla Mami and Yuvani, they came, they put Vibhuti on me, and from Sai Baba's ashram, and like a miracle, the next day, I opened my eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, it is wow. It was the second time for me from the time of the mass where I lost everything and then gained everything and started looking like a woman again. I now again got reborn in such state that when I say reborn, I woke up, I couldn't eat. That's why I'm wearing a scarf now, but I had pipes everywhere, and in my face, masks, everything here. I couldn't write. My hands were like this. I couldn't write. Couldn't eat. I couldn't talk. So couldn't talk. Even if someone's next to me, I'm trying to say pain, I couldn't say the word. Write the word. I couldn't. I was like, they were feeding me through pipes. And when I started eating, even they were feeding me with a spoon. Somebody would sit next to me and feed me. I was like a baby, in essence. So I really, when I say the word reborn, I'm not a Christian. But I understand the resonation because I feel like I started in napkins. I couldn't walk. Now I'm slowly walking like a small baby again, living with my parents in a house where I was living in my apartment in Sandton on my own for 22 years. So I need my parents. My parents need me. They are also getting old. And I do have an apartment, but hopefully one day I'll buy another one even. We don't know. So when I met you, I am still learning to walk, but I've done so much better. From the time that I flew special assistance down from Johannesburg to Durban, I was basically immobile. Today I can walk. I can actually get off my desk on my own. And I can take the walk and I can get to my bedroom, or I can go to the kitchen. I can go downstairs. I managed to go to the optometrist in the shopping mall the other day to do my eyes. And I've been to the dentist twice. So I'm actually I can actually am mobile now. And the last bit is now the walking, the actual walking on my own 2 feet. And I know because of the pain I've been through that I was chosen to go through that pain because it is to help others. I can feel someone else's pain now. And I know when somebody has a small illness or whatever, I think to myself, I feel sorry for them, but you know what? Y'all don't really know what real pain is. So it's something that it builds your strength. So even when I get up, it hurts. But I just think, hey, Gurudev, why are you doing this to me? But then I don't say that anymore. Now I embrace the pain. I say, I know there's something bigger for me. You're still putting me through this test of faith. And so when I met you, I was already new. My one.
No, tell me about your emotions and mentally how you were feeling before the healing session. Tell me about that.
No, I was feeling like I'd done so much. I did, the 130-day ICU. I did general. I did general ward. Then I went to rehabilitation for 2 months. Then I have a daily, not daily, bi-week. He comes twice a week. Kapitan, my great Kapitan, he comes for physio, and then I've got a psychologist also. I was on about, I think, 3,500 rands worth of co-payment medicine. I managed to get off all that medicine and only on some painkillers, but otherwise all herbal Indian products, turmeric for my face, I use the bee venom. I use gout tea, Chinese tea. I have managed to absorb all that chemicals and actually go holistic. So, with my devotion to Gurudev, and I respect Jesus, I respect Allah, I respect Christ, I respect Hashem, Buddha. They are all in my exco in the morning.
Okay.
That's my day starts with my exco. But I talk to Gurudev and Swamiji. But on the others, I say I respect all of you all and I need your help because I can't do this on my own. So when we met through Virushka, I remember Hipponono, I used to go to sleep with it. And it used to give me such peace. I used to listen to the 108 Buddha chanting.
You got emotional during, while we were chanting 108 times, you got emotional. Your tears were, tears of joy were coming.
I did. Because I learned to love myself. Because even though I had been through this before, I got the t-shirt in race 1. Now I went to race 2. Now race 2 is a lot more difficult and not a lot of people are in race 2. And when you find other people who understand race 2, you hold on to them, you know. And then I found with Hipponono that I learned to, say to myself, forgive yourself what happened. Find you. Embrace it. Take some lessons out of it.
Actually, the paradigm shift happened too in your mentality, I think. Yeah.
I started embracing the pain with Hipponono. So now, as I said, when I flush the toilet, before I used to look at the toilet, I say, hey, one day I can't wait to go to the toilet. I miss the toilet. I miss you, Mr. Toilet. Now I can go to the toilet. Now when I go to the toilet and I flush that toilet, it's like church bells ringing, I'm so happy to go to the toilet. It's such little things that we don't appreciate that make us so strong and make us appreciate every cent even. Because I came out of the coma, my bank account wasn't working, I didn't bill a client for nearly 2 years. I started from absolutely nothing. My cell phone was cut. I didn't have Wi-Fi. Couldn't even hold a phone. I didn't have a phone. I was sitting there just like a vegetable, from having everything, always the best gadgets, the best Wi-Fi, the best everything. All of a sudden now, just sitting there, can't talk, like a dumb vessel. That is really something that not a lot of people endure. So we all go through challenges and we all go through things silently. And I think those silent warriors are very strong.
Yes.
Take my hat off to them. Because we all have a unique story. And we need to take the best out of it. So when I joined Hoponono and joined your trial, first of all, our friendship is very torrid and I love it. And I love you. And I do Hoponono too. Because you know how I got a Bodhising blood in me, I can just bullet here and there. But I say sorry very quickly. See, I'm already getting a bit.
Okay.
But I'm like a bullet. Because I know areas of gray with me, I say it how it is. But I then say I'm sorry. But I got it out. It's not like I have regrets. So everybody, if you saw any of my bullets, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Okay.
People on your email. I'm sorry, but my point was made, and I wrapped it behind me. And I hope that I meet all of you on our next session, and I get to know each of you and find out about your struggles. So, how do these struggles affect the daily life and mindset of my relationships? I closed a lot of doors. A lot of doors were closed to me. I was living in a la-la land. Taking alcohol. But not little, as I said, very extreme. So I wasn't having a little bit of vodka. I was having a bottle of vodka a day. And I can say that openly because I'm over it. It's been a year that I haven't touched any alcohol. And I don't touch it. I can say I'll never touch it again because it ruined my life. I was never a heavy drinker, but that's what depression can do to you. When you feel like nobody cares. And what difference does it make that one more bottle? Who cares? Who's going to know? At least it gets me through my day. I'll sleep better. You do it and you're silently drinking on the side. It's the worst thing ever. It's a killer. It nearly killed me. And yet again, I resurrected. So the struggles were that relationships were bust.
So your relationship with your relatives, your friends, your money energy. How did you feel after the healing? 5 days healing. Tell me about that.
I can't look. It was only 5 days healing, so I can't attribute my whole healing now to the 5 days.
Okay.
But what I can say is that, because that wouldn't be right to do that, because I have been always very faithful in prayer.
Mm.
But what stood out to me in the program is that
What shifts happened to your mindset? Shifts. The
my
small
mindset
shifts.
was I forgave,
Mm.
and I took the lessons out of those who I hurt, consciously or unconsciously,
Mm.
and I bundled it and I put it into a box and I
Yes.
said goodbye to it.
Yeah.
And I said thank you. I said thank you.
Thank you for the lessons you
for
learned.
listen.
Yeah, lessons they taught you.
Not to give all of yourself,
Mm.
not to maybe trust some people, not to talk too much, because
Mm.
you have a way of taking accolade for something when you haven't achieved it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm,
and
yes.
we all do that, and it's not right. We
Yes.
have a tendency to see how many people like. No, I don't live like that anymore. I build silently. Just as I was silently in pain, I'm building silently.
Okay.
And if somebody gets to know about it through the vine, well, they do. But everything is under CIA, VIP.
Mm.
No boasting, no showing off. There are very big things on my plate, things
Mm.
that I know I was born for, that I can now unleash my full potential. Because there were people that brought me down. I was hanging around the wrong people. The ones who were not as bright as me, and they were not as ambitious as me. And I attracted a crowd that was more on a dilly dally version of me. And it was not my tribe. My tribe are people who are also go getters. They are ones who don't care about what other people think. They are who they are. They are authentic. And you can just look at them and they smell of class and they smell of grace and they smell of money, because that is who we are. That's my tribe. And we are very intelligent. Even my dogs that I have are super intelligent. They're half human, half dog, because they are such good dogs and they're so clever. And they are my best friends now. I don't need I don't need 100 different friends to depend on my happiness. No, I've created my own happiness.
That's great of you.
With
You're a
Zoom
powerful soul, you see.
and with Hoponono and having that community group,
That group healing, yeah, it's very powerful.
yeah, and every day my calendar is so busy with people new people. So I don't need to leave the house, and I'm working with global people. So, and I meet new people all the time, CEOs, FDs, this one, that one. Oh God, it's nonstop. And it's so exciting. It's like if I could write my perfect job description, I couldn't write a better description of what I'm doing. But except for the travel, which I know is coming our way, some global travel. And what I did also to help me on my journey is I wrote what's going to happen this year, what's going to happen next year, what's going to happen the year after, and what's happening in the next 5 years. And I know that I'm going to be a very recognized Indian woman who's a financial analyst, who brings cutting edge technology, revenue tools to people to help them. And the businesses that I do will have a purpose. And the purpose is to uplift communities, to help people make their goals, materialize their goals. And I find the Hoponono is the part of me that is the healing part. So I came back with a very defined purpose, that I am here to serve as a humble messenger and serve with divine intervention. So everything that comes from me is from the universe. It's from Hoponono. It's from signs that I see around me. It's that frequency and that wavelength that you need to tap into. And Hoponono does just that. It opens up that frequency. It opens up that frequency with it. I love money and money loves me. And not that I'm a multi-millionaire. Well, I guess the assets maybe I am, but the cash flow, no, it's not in that category. But I feel very wealthy.
Yeah, okay. After the session.
Yeah, that's it's the feeling that you feel. Like I feel already I'm worth $50 million, but I'm not. But
Yes.
the feeling is, it's there. It's
Yes.
like it's already in the digital diary in the universe that
Yes.
this is my takdir. Those who
Mm.
don't understand Hindi, this is my destiny.
Yes.
And it's there, going to be in abundance, but it's there to share.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to go through that stress, that journey. It's because I need to understand other people very
Mm.
well
Yeah.
and feel. So back to Hoponono and what changes have I seen, or
Mm.
is that now, as I said, I'm embracing the
Mm.
pain.
Mm.
Not something that I'm fighting. I don't say, "Oh, Rushka, why is this
Mm.
happening to me?" and have a pity party. No,
Mm. Mm.
no. I say thank you for the pain. I say thank you for in the night I have to wear a napkin still. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the napkin.
Mm.
Thank you for Florence.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely caregiver.
So you learn to say thank you to each and every small things in your life.
Anything
Yeah.
that comes my way, I'll be thanking.
Mm.
Right. Anything
Now you
happening,
know how to talk to your body, how to love your
well,
body.
exactly. I tell my niece thank you,
Mm.
and then I look at my face because I know how warped it was. I say thank you for my hair, thank you for my face,
Self-love has increased.
thank you for my skin, thank
Mm.
you. I'm turning 50 this year.
Mm.
Thank you for no wrinkles.
Mm.
I am very thankful that I can talk, that I have the opportunity to share my story. Thank you, Chidi.
Yes.
And mentally and emotionally and spiritually, before and after, I'm feeling so empowered that there's nothing much that can, I'm unstoppable and I've got the right frequency. I'm on the right frequency. And when if I have to share someone who is wanting to know, unsure about Hippanono, I will say, don't think,
Mm. Yes, just join. Yeah.
just join. And I will be there with you.
Yeah,
And
surrender. Yeah. Surrender
because
to the
you
mm.
have to surrender your problem over
Mm.
and realize
To
this
the
thing,
divine. It is the divine who can solve your problems. Yeah.
you
Not
have
you.
to surrender it over and you have to say, no matter what happens to me tomorrow, whether it's good or bad, you will hold my happiness and my sorrow, my
Yes.
pleasure or my pain. But
Mm.
whatever happens, I'm still going to be here tomorrow and I'm still going to be humbly at your feet. So,
Mm.
whichever deity, whichever religion, whatever universe is speaking to you, that is the core thing is that you have to surrender the problem over. If you are arrogant and you feel, I don't need that, I don't need to fast, I don't need this, I don't need that, you will be swimming for the rest of your life.
You will be in that, yeah, with challenges, with
You
so much
need
of
to
life.
walk
Yeah.
with humility
Mm.
and you need to respect, have high respect, not only for yourself, for others, and for the universe. And I'm not going to talk in denominations of religion because I respect all religions. I get stalked by Jesus every hour. He sends me a message from the Bible.
Mm.
I've got friends who say, "Oh, they're Christians. They don't want to do it." But no. I said it's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with that. What
These
are you
are
talking
awful words, you see. I'm
about?
sorry.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
It's religion agnostic. It's got nothing to do with, oh, now you are now defying the church or you are now defying Allah. No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's universal principles that the same thread, it's mind, it's in your mind, it's in your power, it's in universal concepts. And each god or each deity, they will tell you the same thing in a different language. It's the same thing. And as together, that group, you feel the energy of that universal group. So whether it's a black person, a colored person, a rainbow person, somebody who's got a stroke, somebody who's going to come out of cancer. I'm not saying we got all disability people in our groups, no.
Mm.
But I'm saying everybody is got their own story.
Yes.
People forget to love themselves. And I think if you don't love yourself, you need to look in the mirror and look at yourself and talk to yourself and say, I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power is inside me.
Yes.
And I'm a very avid reader. That book is from the monk who sold his Ferrari, Robin Sharma,
Yes.
or it could be The Leader with No Title. I'm sorry, but I read books and I remember certain quotes.
Mm.
But I'm better with numbers. I remember numbers, photographic memory. But with words, I sometimes remember something, and I love to learn from other people. So I'm
Yes.
constantly on YouTube looking for new insights, looking for new ways. People have already done it.
Mm.
You know, and see what the secrets are. What are the top 5 secrets of the top 10 billionaires in the country, in the world? What did they do? What did Steve Jobs do? And if you watch this stuff, it's very inspiring. And then you realize that it's the same thing. I mean, if today was the last day of your life, how would you spend it?
Yes.
Because it could be.
You should be happy. Yeah, you should enjoy the power of now. That is
exactly the power of now. You just hit it.
Yes.
And the power of now is very important. Forget the past; it's too sad. Live now. Tomorrow, it's you're scared because of the future. We don't know. You know, we got COVID. It just hit us. What do we know next? There could be something we don't know now. You know, we don't know what's to do, what's happening in the world of the global economics, and you know, which country is going to be deflated with the inflation.
Yes.
What our lives are going to be like. We need to be strong enough as
mindful living. Yeah, mindful living is necessary. Not to,
yeah, and to live in the present and to forget the past very quickly. So somebody hurts you, don't go and try and hurt them back. No, you pray for them. Do oponpono.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Do oponpono, because the only way you can repel evil or negativity is with positive. That is the universal law. You don't have to be Albert Einstein to say those words. But that is the universal principle, is to combat negative, is to be positive. So someone wants to sway you and they say, oh, you're a cow. It's because they're a cow. They say, oh, you're a loser. It's because they're a loser. It's their insecurities coming out. So instead of saying, hey, you know what, you're the loser, don't say that. Humbly, quietly just pray for them and say, you know what, I hope this person finds themselves, and do oponpono for them.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Something more you have to share? Is it?
Yeah, you said in one word or whatever, if I can recommend, you know, I would say, you know, like Nike has just do it. It's a game changer. Do something for yourself.
Yes.
Or we even want
how powerful healing is in your life, because
healing
is necessary in your life.
I couldn't be here where I am if I didn't have not just oponpono, other immediate healing techniques. Because I don't want to exaggerate that 5 days of the trial changed my whole life, but it was a catalyst.
Yeah.
Those 5 days was the most potent days that I have had in the last year. And I'm sitting here with the testimonial, sincere, authentic, right from the bottom of my heart. And we'll do this again in a year, and you'll see where we are. Because I plan to join Shini as a co-host, and for my own personal gain, and also to help others. Because that synergy, that when you're in the community group and everybody is doing the oponpono, it's too beautiful. It's something that everybody should experience. So if you say you don't have time, or make the time. Make the time for yourself, whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's half an hour, whatever session that we have going on. It's a morning booster. We have a daily one. We have the program, which I can't wait to get into. Shini tells me it's different to the trial. It's all exciting. And if you want to spend money, just stop buying your Uber Eats or whatever and join oponpono. Just make one sacrifice and put money into yourself. Enjoy and do some personal development. You won't look back. Just like me. I have come from strength to strength. And with me, there's no qualms. I'm telling you something. Listen to me very carefully. This is a message. I was sent as a messenger, a mere messenger from above. Do it.
Thank you, Ruschka, for sharing your truth so vulnerably, so beautifully. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear. Your journey is a light for others. Actually, whatever you told is really inspiring words. And it is your true life. You see, you have shown everything. Nothing you hidden. Nothing is hidden in your life. Everything you showed it very purely from your heart. Thank you for sharing all the beautiful moments. Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Let this inspire each and everyone. Whoever comes to
I hope to meet each one of you, because I will be with Shini, co-hosting the oponpono, and you will hear more stories from Ruschka, because I've got a whole list of stories, and we will come out feeling
because we can reach the hearts of each beautiful soul through stories.
Absolutely. Get private concierge natal healing, and it's going to cost you less than a cup of coffee a day. So please join us in this journey.
Yes.
Please.
Okay.
Namaste.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Ganesh, also for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thanks, Dinesh. Bye. Thank you, lovely Shani.
Thank you.